So I believe you can see. All right. So this is a copy of a bank statement. Like I said, it's shared in PDF. Most company they share, most banks, sorry, you get it as PDF copy from them. So when you receive a bank statement, the first thing you check the period. So I'll just show you around what you should watch out for. You check the period. So you are the one to give the bank, okay, I need the bank statement for this company from so period to so period. So now we are working on 2024, preparing an account for a company for 2024. So um I requested for bank statement from 1st of January to 31st December 2024, right? So I have to, first of all, you check the period. Is it this period that you requested for? Then the next thing you check for is the opening balance. So in this is the summary sheet. We have our opening balance, which is showing zero. Then when you go to the analysis here, down here, you check what is the opening balance showing. Does it tally with what is in the summary sheet? So we have zero, and on this analysis sheet, the first transaction there, you can see opening balance is showing zero, so it's correct. So another thing you also watch out for before you convert and start analyzing it, you check for your closing balance as well. So on the summary sheet, our closing balance is 493,750.37 kobo. So we'll go to the last transaction of the bank statement, the last transaction of the bank statement for the period you um, requested for, and also check under balance column now. The last column is balance column. So you check, does the balance that was stated on the summary sheet agree with what is on the last transaction of the bank statement. So you check for that to be sure that your balances are okay. So the next thing you also need to know is that so this is basically the a bank statement. You have the debit side, the credit side, the balance, right? So sometimes most bank, it's not all bank that categorize it as debit and credit. Some some of them, it can be, the debit can be called withdrawals, some can be called, the credit will be called deposits, right? It's the same thing. When you say debit, like when you receive alert from your phone, debit means money has left your account, right? Credit is money came into your account. So debit, withdrawal, credit, deposit. Then some other bank also call the debit payout. Credit is called pay in. So they are, it's just terminologies, but they all mean the same. So when you see debit, withdraw, payout, it means money is leaving the account. Credit, deposits, and was pay in now means money is coming into the account. So this balance is also very important for reconciliation purpose. Is also very important. So once you have checked all of these things I mentioned, you now go over to convert this PDF to an Excel file. So we are going to be using an application or a website called I Love PDF. Okay. So so we are going to be using an application. Can you see my screen, please?
Yes.
All right. So we are using an application known as I Love PDF. You click on the first one. So we want to convert to PDF Excel file now. So when it loads, you see merge PDF, split, compress, convert PDF. So we are concerned on our business is on this convert PDF. So go under the convert PDF. It will give you a drop down menu, and you choose PDF to Excel. PDF to Excel. So I'm going to click on it, and you see a point where it will tell you select PDF file. So when you click on select PDF file, it will bring you to your folder for you to choose the document you want to convert. So click on bank statement and click on open. So you allow it to do its load its thing. Then now look at the your right hand side. We have layout, multiples, one sheet, multiple sheets. So I always advise you choose one sheet, because if you use multiple sheets, it will split the bank statement into different sheets. So always use one sheet so that it will bring it, put it in one sheet. Everything will be converted and it will be in one sheet. But if you choose multiple sheets, it will get splitted. So choose one sheet and click convert to Excel. So once it has converted, you click on download Excel. So we have our bank statement downloaded to converted to Excel now. So I'm going to click on it and open it on my Microsoft um, Excel now. So this is it. It has helped me to convert it to Excel. Now I can now analyze my bank statement. So I've earlier explained all of this. So whenever I'm analyzing my bank statement, I like to freeze the top line where I have my descriptions. So I'm not going back and forth looking for what's what is the heading there. So to freeze an account, to freeze the top line of an Excel sheet, you you can place your cursor close to the line, the sheet before the line that you want it to be on top, and go to view, the view menu. You see freeze panel, then you see freeze p- sorry freeze panes, then you click on freeze panes. So now we have successfully freeze the top line and also the column, the row and column, the top row and column. So now we now have to analyze. We are moving to the point where we analyze the bank statement. So the first thing that you must, when you want to analyze, the first thing you have to bring is your opening balance. So we are going to type opening balance here, or we want to bring opening balance. So this bank statement is assumed to be a business that just started, operation. So not all businesses that you see their opening balance is zero. So some businesses, they have been in operation, you don't expect their opening balance to be zero. So that's why the opening balance has to come first. So opening balance. So now in analyzing, you want to pick the figure on your bank's statement analysis, and to do that, you go to the sheet where the transaction is, under the heading that you want to put it, which is opening balance. So I'll go to the first sheet where the transaction is, which is we have cell um column 14 now, or row 14, yes. So I'm going to click there under opening balance because I want to pick the opening balance figure. Then I will type equal to, and use my left button, arrow button, to click on that balance or that number that I want to pick. Then I'll press equal to. So it has brought the balance, that the figure that I want. It has brought down the figure that I want. So this one is zero. The balance here. Now take note, we are not choosing the zero under credit. We are choosing the zero under balance because we are, like I said, we are dealing with opening balance. So we choose the figure under balance for opening balance. So the next, then you go over to the next transaction. So this this transaction is so I forgot to indicate the name of the director. So the name of the director is Jacob Nahum. So the director paid him a
Please,
contribution
I
as his
can't
capital.
see your
Sorry, are you saying is anyone saying something? Can you see it? Is it bold enough?
screen.
You can't see my screen. Hello? Can anyone hear me?
Hello?
I can see your
Yes,
screen.
we can see it too.
Okay, okay.
Continue now.
Yes, we can
Continue.
see your screen.
Okay, so the next transaction there, as you can see, on the 7th of January, and I was saying that this Jacob now is the owner of the business, and this he paid him 1 million into the account, right? So we are to treat that um that fund as his share capital. So it's going to be the next item we'll have here is share capital, right? So like I said, this is the first year of the business. So we are going to have share capital. And the same way I picked that first figure, that's how I'm going to pick this one. So I'll press equal to, I'll type equal to on the cell I want to place that figure. I'll type equal to, then I will use my left arrow key to pick the figure. Now I'm not picking the figure under balance, but on um the credit column, right? Because the next transaction was an inflow into the bank. So I'm picking the credit item now. Apart from opening balance that you pick from the balance aspect, the balance column, others will be picked from either the debit or the credit, depending on what transaction happened that particular day. So for this particular day, it was a credit transaction that happened. That means money came into the account, right? So I'm going to pick the 1 million from the credit column. So which is my cell H15, cell H15. So I'll I'll press equal to. So you can see it has captured the 1 million that is on say H15. So to do that, just type equal to and pick the figure. So the next item that we have, I believe we can see the description on the 15th of January. We have purchases, right? So purchases is payment. They purchase goods for resale. So purchases is payment. So I'll go over to my next column and type purchases purchases. So the next thing I want to do is to pick the figure for purchases. So I'm going to apply the same um format, equal to, type equal to, use your arrow key to pick the figure from the column. So this particular day, take note, it's can you can never have a debit and a credit transaction in the same column on a particular day. It has to be just one transaction. It has to be either a debit transaction or a credit transaction. So I'm picking the transaction on G16 now. I'll type equal to, I'll type enter. I'll press enter, sorry. So the next transaction we have here is airtime. On the 22nd of January, we have airtime. So you cannot so there are some descriptions that are not allowed when you are as an accountant. You are not supposed to be having such description in your financial statement. So you have to be creative when you are coming out with your description, or description of items. So for this airtime, I cannot go to this column now and type airtime. So instead, I'm going to call it telephone expenses, right? So I'm going to use telephone expenses. So you have to be creative with your expense, your descriptions. So I'm going to use telephone expenses. Anything airtime, data subscription falls under telephone expenses. So I will do the same thing, equal to, use my arrow sign to pick the figure under debit column and press enter. So the next transaction we have goods sold, which is sales. Goods sold is sales, right? And the money is coming into the account. So for I like putting all of my credit items on the same side and all the debit items on the same side. So I'm going to create a column before this purchase is here. So I can, because sales is a credit items, right? I want to make it close to all of, like, make all my credit items on the same side and the debit items on the same side. So you will see the reason why I did that later on. So I'm going to create a column before the purchases and tag it income. Income, you can use income, you can use revenue, whichever one you want to use. You can use sales. So I'll go under income. Please, if you have any question, just pen it down. At the end of it, will this session will take questions. So I'll do the same thing. Use my arrow key to pick the figure under H 18 and press enter. So the next one we have, on the 30th of January, we have salary, staff salary. So I'm going to create another. We don't have that expense head already. So I'm going to create salaries and wages. So instead, you can call it staff salary, you can call it salary and wages. It's also the same thing. Is allowed. You can use any of them. So I will do the same thing to pick my salary and wages, equal to, use my arrow key to get the figure and press enter. So the next thing is this. Now, for every bank statement, you always see bank charges, right? Bank charges is an administrative expense to a business. So you are also going to classify it, capture it as its expenses. So we are going to create a column for bank charges. We are going to create a column for bank charges and pick that figure. So SMS alert fee, that's bank charges. So the next thing we have there is goods sold, which is sales. So this will come under our income. This will come under our income. So we have the next item here on the 15th of March. So this thing is this aspect of it is actually time consuming. You have to take your time to analyze the bank statements, because whatever you do here will make or man your financial statements. So the next item we have here is staff medical test. So I'm going to be fast right now so we can wrap up. And I believe we've gotten the message already. So the staff medical test, you can't put it under staff salary and wages. It is known as staff welfare. So there are some things that companies do, employers do give to their employees, like buying them lunch and the rest. So all of those things, you classify them as welfare, staff welfare. So that medical test will fall under staff welfare. Then we have Google Ads. Google Ads, like, automatically you know is advertisement, right? So we don't have that expense head already, so we have to create it. Advertisement, advertisement. So then we'll do the same thing, pick the figure from using equal to, use your arrow key and press enter. Then we have Impress. So this company keeps a petty cash record. That's one of its incomplete. So what they do is they withdraw money so they can have cash at hand, and they spend from it whenever they want to make some petty expenses. So all of when you hear impress is the same thing as petty cash expense. So every impress will go under petty cash. So at the end of the then when we are doing our journal entry, you see how I'm going to recognize all of those petty expenses. So it will go under petty cash expenses. So the next item we have staff salary on the 30th of March. So we already have staff salary column. So it's just for us to go there and um, type in the figure or move, analyze that amount there. So the next item is SMS alert, which falls under bank charges, right? So we'll do the same for SMS alert. So we have cab from Aja, cab from Aja. So this is you can't analyze it as saying cab from Aja. You have, like I said, you have to be creative with your expense title. So we are going to use transport. You can say transport and traveling or transport expense, whichever one, but you cannot use cab. You have to be creative when you are coming up with expense head. So we have cab from Aja as transport. Then the next item we have goods sold, which is our income. This will fall under income. The next transaction here is office rent. So we don't have office